Okay, so I'm preparing a garage door to be painted to look like it's wood grain. I took a picture and posted it at the beginning of the video. This is the first process, which is just basically taping everything off. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, they say to disengage the automatic garage door opener if it's got one, which is what I've done, so that you can pull it down a little bit at a time and get in between all the cracks and then back behind that area. And it's been cleaned really good, and also so you can get inside of those cracks. So get started and see what happens. Oh, I got half of the first coat on, and I'm lowering it little by little to do each row. It's not looking too bad, actually. We'll have to see what the finished product looks like, obviously. Alright, got the first coat on. It's dried now. The dry time was about what they said it would be. I touched up any little spots that needed to be touched up. It's looking really good. Okay, I have the coat of the primer on. They provide you with 2 quarts of primer, which I was kind of concerned with at first might not be enough. But it's more than enough. I've got about a half quart left, so this is a 2-car garage. I think a person could do a 3-car garage with the stuff provided to you. So looking pretty good so far. So this is the first coat, and I mean, if you're up close to it, you can kind of tell that it's a painted deal, but curb appeal is what they're talking about, and it actually looks pretty cool from the street. I'm going to want it darker because the trim on the rest of the house is quite a bit darker, so I'm going to let it cure out, dry real good, and then I'll put another coat on it and see what comes out. So far, really the only issue I've had with this deal is that mitt that they give you. The mitt after this first coat seems to be pretty wore out. You know, I washed it good and everything, and it's got holes on the inner part of the hand. It's got a little glove that you put your hand into inside of it, and it's already got a couple of holes in it. And I don't have fingernails or anything, so it's nothing that's come from my nails. This is my right hand, the hand I used. But you know, second coat, we'll see. They might think about putting one more glove in, especially if someone's doing a 3-car garage or something. Alright, so I started on the finish coat, and it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, it's better than I thought it was going to be. Only issue I have really is with the glove that they provide. I'm just now halfway done on a 2-car garage. And the glove's kind of falling apart. I mean, I don't know if I had a 3-car garage. It's definitely a one-time use deal. But I mean, it doesn't fit correctly, and there's really nothing you can do about it. You just kind of got to slosh it around on your hand and keep moving it in order to keep it in the correct positioning. But I mean, it's looking pretty cool, actually. I think I'm going to put a second coat on and make it darker, so I'll see what happens with that. Alright, totally dried out and cured, still lighter than what we want, so I'm gonna second coat it now and see what it looks like. Alright, you can kind of see how the second coat's darker than the first coat, and it is going to make a difference. See how it looks when it gets done. It's looking alright. As long as it dries out good, it'll look nice. Finished product looks pretty good. I'll have to wait till the owner comes back and See if he wants to go one more coat to darken it up even a little bit more. But didn't turn out too bad. Alright, second coat complete. Kind of the same as the first coat. I mean, you get up close to it, you know, you can kind of tell what's going on with it, but back up for curb appeal. I mean, even from right here, it looks pretty damn good. All the way back. It really doesn't look bad at all. Again, the biggest complaint that I've got with this whole thing is this mitt. It's basically at the point where it's coming apart. It's got, and I wasn't rough with it or anything. It's got holes in it, and you know, the inner piece has holes in it, so I'm still getting paint on my fingers from doing this. And this is a 2-car garage. Had plenty of paint, so I've still got paint left over. I got primer and paint left over, so no problem there. Goes on reasonably well, doesn't look horrible. Pretty easy application process. The video that they have for you to watch that's all I watched before I did it. I watched it 2 times, and that's all it took. And again, the only complaint I would have is that mitt, and I would suggest to the company that they either change the company they're getting those mitts from and get a better quality mitt, or they include 2, because this is a 2-car garage, and I basically ruined that mitt, and I wasn't rough on it, and this was a very soft surface I was working on. So either include 2 mitts. A 3-car garage, I couldn't imagine trying to get the 2 coats on 3-car garage with that mitt. It wouldn't happen. So something to consider for the future. All in all, pretty decent product. No real complaints.